What is up, everyone? My name is Mr. J, and today I am bringing you a Digimon deck profile. This is BT21, the adventure deck. So finally got my ties in the mail because I've been proxying for a while, but finally got all the cards, and I'm excited to show you what I've cooked up so far with the deck. So first off, with the rookies, we have 4 of the Tsunomon. So Tsunomon is just, you may return, on deletion, you may return 1 Digimon card with the adventure trait from your trash to the hand. So this is really good because you can recur so many pieces, pretty much every piece in your deck. The Koromon is good because it has the alterns plus 1k if it's the adventure type, but I honestly like the consistency of the Tsunomon, and this is my egg of choice, 4 of that boy. Glare is going to be pretty bad there. And then next we have our rookies. We have 4 Biyomon and 4 Palmon. I'm actually not playing any copies of the Gabumon and Agumon. You can if you want. The really good thing about the adventure deck is that it's a toolboxy deck, so pretty much however you want to build it, you can build it. But the Biyomon is the searcher for the deck, so reveal top 3. You get to add 1 Digimon card with the adventure trait, and then also I believe it's just either the Tamer. So let me see. Yeah, Tamer, and then 1 such Tamer or option card to your hand. Really good, honestly. Biyomon, probably the best card for the rookies. And then not the alterns. Your turn, this Digimon gains plus 2k DP, which does come in handy a lot of the times, especially when you're swinging to security with your level 6s, which are aces. The other rookie of choice is the Palmon. On play by trashing 1 card with the adventure trait in your hand, you get to trigger draw 2. And then the alterns effect, this Digimon gets plus 1k DP. So that one again is really good. Why am I not playing the Gabumon and the Agumon? I did test it out with 4 Biyomon and then 2 Agumon, 2 Gabumon. But honestly, it never comes up because the Tai in the deck allows you to play the level 7s for pretty cheap already, right? So I don't need to Digivolve, Warp Digivolve using the rookies. So honestly, sometimes when I would see the Agumon or the Gabumon, I wish it was a Palmon because this deck can brick, right? And these cards pretty much help you unbrick. So that's it for our rookies. For our champions, we have 4 Bergermon, 2 Garurumon, 2 Ikakumon, and 1 Togemon. So these are the only ones. This is 9 champions in total. Bergermon is just when digivolving and also on play if you have a Tamer card with the adventure trait that has 3 or more colors. Then this Digimon may digivolve into an adventure trait Digimon in the hand without paying the cost. So pretty much on player when digivolving, very important, you can digivolve into your level 5s for free once you have 3 colors on board. So what I've noticed, the strength of this deck is being able to go up into your line without paying the digivolution cost. So that's really good. That's why I'm playing 1 extra copy of Togemon. I have seen other deck profiles where people will max out on the Bergermon and the Togemon just because the free Evo cost is so good. Honestly, jumping from a level 3 to a level 5 for 2 memory is amazing, you know. So that's why I'm playing an extra Togemon. And then for my utility cards, 2 Garurumon and 2 Ikakumon. Both of these share the same effect for the security. At the end of the battle, you may play this card without paying the cost, so they're security bombs. And then Garurumon's on play or when digivolving, again, really good that it has both on play and when digivolving. You may return 1 Digimon card with the adventure trait to your hand. So very good for recycling your level 5s, which, you know, you can deplete pretty fast. And the inheritables is just once per turn, draw 1 and trash 1 card, which you do need for the level 6 Garurumon metal. Garurumon. The Ikakumon is on play when digivolving, again, has both. Trash the top 2 digivolution cards of 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Then 1 of their Digimon with no digivolution cards cannot attack or block until the end of the turn. The Ikakumon is like my secret spice versus Royal Knights because while it won't trash anything, it will freeze their blockers. So a lot of times I'll just freeze the Omegamon and yeah, no annoying Omegamon that can get, you know, block, get deleted, go into security, and then come back out when you check a security. It's just stunned. It stays stunned on the board. That's why I really like the Ikakumon. Some people don't play Ikaku, and that's okay. Like I said, this is a toolboxy deck. Really up to personal preference when you want to play in this deck. The other choices are like the Greymon that came out in BT21 that has the startup main phase. It pretty much taunts your opponent. You can play that one if you want to play more defensive. But I like Ikakumon because you can use it offensively and defensively. Even if you play it on your opponent's turn, you can potentially stop something from attacking. So that's really good. These are our champions. Again, very toolboxy. This, again, up to personal preference, but I think for sure you should run at least 4 of the free Evo Digimon, either that be Bergermon or Togemon. But let's move on to our level 5s. Alright, for our level 5s, we are running 4 of the Angewomon from the starter deck, 3 Lilymon, and 3 Metal Greymon. So this is the list I have currently. Will it change in the future? Probably. In testing, what I really liked about Angewomon is just being able to ramp up into your Digimon. So Angewomon reads on play or when Digivolving, one of your other Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the adventure trait in the hand without paying the cost. Now at first I thought this card was trash because she can't herself Digivolve into another Digimon. But if you start flooding the board, which you will flood the board, especially if you have the level 6 Melga on the board, Digivolving into this and then Digivolving into another level 5 for free or into a level 6 for free is underrated, man. Because a lot of times your opponent will leave you at 2 and they don't expect you to be able to ramp up into your level 6. But Angewomon, oh my god, the combos that you can do with this card is insane. I'm going to continue talking about Angewomon because if you have 2 level 4s on the field, for example, let's just do combos right now, right? Like, let's just say this is okay. So a mini combo session right in between the video here. Let's just say you have a Garurumon on the field, you have a tie to set you to 3, or maybe you're at 1. But you can play these level 4s for a reduced cost if you have the Tamer. So let's just say you play Bergermon out for 2 costs. Go down to 1 memory. Bergermon triggers, you can Digivolve into Angewomon in the hand. Angewomon effect, when Digivolving, you can Digivolve in your other Digimon may Digivolve into an adventure trait Digimon. So Digivolve into another Angewomon. This Angewomon triggers, giving alliance to any of the Digimon that you want and they can attack. Right now we're not going to attack for this example. But then this Angewomon triggers when Digivolving and your other Digimon may Digivolve into an adventure trait Digimon. So you can Digivolve into either the War Greymon Ace or the Melga Ace. And you did that off like 2 memory, essentially, right? Because you had a Garurumon on the field, anybody would do, but a level 4 would be really nice. You start your turn off at 3, you play the Bergermon for 2, and then all of a sudden you have a level 6 and a level 5 on the board ready to go. Plus the Melga is going to bring back another body so you can do more shenanigans. It's just insane the combos that you can do with this deck. That's why I'm running the Angewomon at 4 copies. You do not have to run the Angewomon at 4 copies. I think, you know, you could really, again, it's a toolboxy deck, so you can play whatever you want in the form instead of this Angewomon. I would run it honestly at least at 2 copies in the deck. It's just really good to ramp up into your level 6s and to your level 5s. Speaking of the other level 5s, 3 Lilymon. I honestly wanted to cut Lilymon. But she's just so good. I played against a Dinomon player the other day, Jose, my friend, and I bottom decked, I think it was a Gaussmon and a Dinomon just off the Lilymon because I had 4 colors Tamer total. So Lilymon really good because on play when Digivolving, suspend all of your opponent's 5k or lower Digimon. Then for every 2 colors of your Tamers that you have, you can return 1 of their suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. There is no level restriction on that, so you can return a level 6 or a level 7. And if you have 6 colors for some reason and there's 3 Digimon on their board that are suspended, you bottom deck all 3. Crazy. Crazy to have that on a level 5. That's why I cannot get rid of Lilymon. The other one is Metal Greymon, which I just got in the... Well, actually, Jesus, my friend, let me borrow these. So thank you, Jesus. The Metal Greymon tier. It's just on play when Digivolving to one of your opponent's Digimon, de-Digivolve 1 for every 2 color Tamers that you have. And so sometimes you can do 2. In the rare occasions when you have 6 colors, you can do 3, de-Digivolve 3. But again, really good for triggering the Ace Overflow on some of the opponent's Digimon, and it's just good to have a variety of effects. But as you notice, we only have technically 2 interruptive effects, 3 of the Metal Greymon and 3 Lilymon. It's up to you if you want to maybe cut 1 Lilymon, cut 1 Metal Grey, or say a Weregar. But to be honest, I don't really think the Weregar is necessary. That pops a level 4 or lower. If you have 2 or more colors, pop a level 5. And the Zuromon is really good for this Royal Knights matchup. It also can strip any source. So you can strip partition sources. But the Ikakumon can also strip partition sources already. So I don't feel like I need the Zuromon. I feel like Lilymon and Metal Gray both do the same thing. If I need to bottom deck something or if I need to delete something, my level 6s usually get the job done. But those are the level 5s. Again, what I love, it's just so good that you can pretty much make this deck however you want. But let's move on to level 6s, which I think obviously those don't change. Those are the same because we only have 3 available technically. So let's see, for our level 6s, we are running, in my build, I am running 4 copies of the War Greymon Ace and then 3 copies of the Melga Ace. Melga Ace just simply because sometimes if I see it early game and I have nothing set up in trash, it's hard to bring back a body. But let's get into this one first. War Greymon, it is a Blast Digivolve. It Digivolves into an Adventure Trait for 3 costs, because normally it would Digivolve for a 4 cost fully, which is weird because you can't just Digivolve on top of Metal Greymon and name for 3 costs. But hey man, it is what it is. On play or when Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, for every 2 color Tamers you have, their Digimon effects don't affect one of your Digimon. So if you have 4, unless I'm wrong, unless you have 4 Tamers in play, well, 4 different colors among your Tamers, you can give protection to 2 different Digimon until the end of the opponent's turn. So that's really good. It doesn't protect you against options, sadly, but nowadays usually it's just Digimon effects. The other thing is when Digivolving one attack, delete one of your opponent's lowest DP Digimon. It is nice that's not once per turn, so you could technically delete 2 in 1 turn. And it does come up, there's a lot of stuff that has DP or, you know, deletion effect protection, but yeah, I don't know. It's really good. I think because it has protection itself, it's such a good card. The other ace we're running is 3 Melga Ace. So this one, again, Blast Digivolve. Same thing, Digivolve into an Adventure Trait for 3 cost only. Anything else is going to be 4 cost. Blue or purple. But on play, when Digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. For every 2 colors, you add 1 to the maximum effect. It's a little bit different, right? So sometimes you'll be set up with 2 colors and you'll bottom deck a level 5. You technically need 4 colors to bottom deck a level 6 and then 6 colors to bottom deck a level 7. So I don't like the removal as much, but bottom decking a Digimon is really good. And it's also busted because when attacking once per turn, very important, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. Not tied to the adventure archetype, so you could technically, you know, play this in like a OG Melga, like a pure base Melga build. But these are my level 6s. I was thinking about running an Omnimon Ace because I have seen the OCG run Omnimon Ace, and you could do it. I mean, honestly, maybe cut. I don't think I want to cut Melga anymore because I think we do need some Melgas in the deck. Usually if you're going for game, Melga's better because you can bring a body back and then alliance with that body. So that's why it's good. But again, early game, if you have nothing to trash, I don't like seeing Melga. And maybe I could cut a Wargrave for an Omnimon X antibody. I think that would be probably the best. But sometimes you do need like an extra push for game. This one, since you have alliance on a lot of your Digimon, you can swing for 3-4 checks at like ridiculous amounts of DP. But yeah, sometimes it would be nice to have like an Omnimon for game. So those are our level 6s, our megas. Moving on to the Tamers, we have 4 copies of Tai Kamiya, 2 copies of Matashita and TK Takaishi, 2 copies of Tai Kamiya and Izuyazumi, 2 copies of Sora and Kari, and 2 copies of Joe and Mimi for our Tamers. Yeah, what can I say? I bought these dudes for like 18 bucks a piece, the Tai Kamiyas, and then on release day they were 35. So look, bro, I'm so sorry if you chose not to buy the pre-sales. Guys, in the future, if you think the pre-sales are a good price, please do yourself a favor and buy the pre-sales. I know I'm not gonna say any names. I know there's market watchers out there that say don't buy the pre-sales. This is sitting at $35 a copy right now. Probably gonna jump up to 40 to be honest, because it is a secret rare and all the starter decks need 2 or more copies, pretty much. Unfortunate because, you know, they say to wait on release day, and if you waited till overnight, like if you stayed up on Thursday night, then you got your ties for 16, 18 bucks. That is true. in the morning if you bought them 16 to 18. That's very true. But once it hit the afternoon for me, like 4 p.m., that's when I checked. I don't know if it got bought out earlier. By the time I hit 4 p.m., like here in Chicago, this thing was $35 on release day. So I'm so sorry if you just, in the future, if you think the pre-sales are a good price, please just buy the pre-sales, okay? If you need the deck and you want the cards early, just buy the pre-sales. Other than that, you know, you need 4. I love this card. The reason I'm not running any of the Gabumons and the Agumons is because this boy lets you play Digimon for free. So start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, it's a memory setter, set it to 3. When one of your Digimon attacks by suspending this Tamer, you get to draw a card. So it's also the draw power of your deck. I kind of like to mulligan to see either a rookie and the Tai Kamiya. Ideally, I would like a Tai Kamiya, a rookie, and one of the other colored Tamers to get you the 3 colors already for the Bergermon. But the most important effect, which is I think why it's a secret rare, main once per turn, you may play 1 adventure trait or hero trait with the play cost of 2 or less from your hand without paying the cost. For each of your Tamer's colors, add 1 to this effect's play cost maximum, then return this Tamer to the bottom of the deck. So you do lose the Tamer, but on itself, it counts itself, so you can play a rookie for free by bottom decking this. Once you have, like, let's just say Sora and Kari out, you can play 5 costs or less for free. Once you have, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 7 in total. You can start playing the Megas for free. And then if you have the Madashita and the TK, then they gain Rush. So you can do your effects, play your Melgoth for free, bring back a body, bottom deck something, swing for game. So it's really good. I like the Tai Kamiya because it's so much value. Just getting the draw turn after turn, because sometimes you do struggle with the draw power in this deck, unfortunately. Tai Kamiya for me is a 4 of. Again, I'm really sorry if, I don't know why Bandai made this a secret rare. Like, there's so many people that are buying the starter decks right now, and all those people need this Tai Kamiya. I think it is possible to play this deck without the Tai Kamiya, but it definitely brings it up to a higher level. Like, I would not take this to a tournament if I didn't have Tai Kamiyas, unfortunately. But it is what it is, The other 2 ones that are rares in the deck are the Tai Kamiya and Izzy Azumi. This one, when one of your Digimon with the adventure trait, these ones all have the same effect, so I'll just read it once. For the first effect, your turn, when any Digimon cards with the adventure trait would be played from the hand, by suspending this Tamer, reduce the play cost by 1. So all these do the same thing. That's the first effect. The second effect, opponent's turn, all of your Digimon with the adventure trait gain blocker. That's everybody. So it's really good. But in all honesty, I really kind of want to cut this down to 1 copy, because usually my opponent's not swinging as much because they respect the ace, or like our Courage United, the next option, really puts a damper in them trying to be aggressive. So I kind of want to cut this down. Maybe it's for a 3rd Sora or Joe dual Tamer, because I really like these Tamers next. But we'll get to those. The other important card in the deck is the Mad and TK. So when any of your Digimon with the adventure trait would be played from your hand, by suspending this Tamer, I'm reading the same effect. Again, all those have the same effect, reduce the play cost by 1. The specific effect for this card is all of your level 5 or higher Digimon with the adventure trait gain Rush. That's all of them. Every single one, level 5 or higher. So you can see the combo if you have Tai Kamiya and Madashita. Like, legit, you can just bottom deck Tai Kamiya, and if you have multiple Tamers out, you play out the War Greymon Ace, blow something up, give itself immunity so that aces can't affect the War Grey, and just swing for game. Or the Melga bottom deck something, Really, really good. I like this one. I think I would keep it at 2. I don't know if I keep it at 3 because let me get into the other dual Tamers. Sora and Kari and Joe and Mimi have the same effect. The second effect when, or the first start of your turn effect. It's the start of main effect. If you have a Digimon with the adventure trait, gain 1 memory. So what I want to say is these are really important because sometimes you're low on memory, and these ones, unfortunately, doesn't say if your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory. But this one, just start at your main phase. If you have a Digimon with the adventure trait, gain a memory. These ones are really important. Sometimes you go to 4. If you have two of them out, you go to 5. That's why I was thinking of cutting one copy of the Tai and Izzy for this one. Like I said, the blocker, I don't know. It just, in playtesting, it doesn't come up. It just doesn't come up for me. So usually I ace them, or they trigger the option card. I bring out like the Metal Greymon or the Lilymon and then just ruin their day. So I never even get to use the blocker. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's crazy to like cut those and then put 3 of the other dual tamers just for the extra memory. Just for the extra memory. But we'll see. We'll play test. We'll play test that. And yeah, that's it for our tamers. That is 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 tamers. I have seen other people go wild on the tamer numbers, like 16. I don't think you need as many, because once you have 3 colors, that's literally all you need to trigger your Bergermon. Angewomon, for her effect, you do not need tamers on board. It's just on play when digivolving. You can digivolve without paying them the cost. So Angewomon, again, does not need tamers on board. The last cards that I have on my deck are 4 copies of our Courage United. This one, while you have a Digimon or Tamer with the adventure trait on the field, you can ignore this color's requirements, and main, just trigger draw 2. But it does have a delay effect. When any of your level 5 or higher Digimon will leave the battle area, delay, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon with the adventure trait from your hand without paying the cost. An amazing card. This is pretty much like a Biting Crush, right? In a sense, it's a trap card, because if your opponent triggers it, it's up to your opponent to trigger it. If your opponent triggers it and your level 5 leaves the field, you can pop this and then play another level 5 or lower. You can actually play a Bergermon on play, and then if you have the color requirements, you digivolve into your level 5, which is a good way to get some cycle going. But you could probably just play the level 5 outright. And yeah, that's the deck. I really liked, so far, I really like the deck. Like I said, very toolboxy, and I think someone's gonna crack the deck and make this amazing. I do think it's tier 2, maybe bordering on tier 1.5, but we'll see. We'll see how. Let's see who can, make this deck amazing. Like maybe it'll top regionals. I think it has potential to top a regionals, so we'll see how it does in the future. But like I said, very good deck, very fun to play. I would pick up 2 of each starter deck, and if you have the money, if you already bought the Tai Kamiyas, then you should play this deck. Again, really fun. I'm probably going to be testing this for a very long time. All BT21, to be honest. But if you guys like the video, again, trying to hit 3K by the end of the summer or by summertime. I have to put a date on that. But I want to hit 3K by summertime. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Like the video, comment. I appreciate the comments, and I'm looking forward to what you guys have to say about the adventure deck. If you feel like I could, mix some things up, if you've been to tournaments already and there's something that you put in the deck that works and that I'm not seeing, let me know. But again, selling myself out, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. My name is Mr. J. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.